Ahoy hoy there folks, this is Tim as TSET and this is the In-Stock Takedown, and today, well, after at least a year, if not longer, of taking a look at the All Elite Wrestling Unrivaled Collection, I'm going to have a quick overview of everything that's come before and since. That includes the exclusives, the special editions, the one that come with rings. This is just basically everything I've collected up until this point, because the first 5 waves, all of the exclusives apart from the blood and guts style ones with the blood and everything, I have collected. And yeah, I mean, I've basically called a stop at Series 6 because there are so many doubles that I don't need. I've decided that's a good cut-off point. And from here on out, I'm only be getting the select few figures from the lines, not doing the whole waves. And I think it'd be nice just to have a nice roundup of where we stand with All Elite Wrestling's Unrivaled Collection. Waves 1 to 5, a little bit of 6, and all the exclusives, just to see, you know, just to see where we stand. I'm repeating myself. The way I've organised this is that I've separated all of the action figures, not including the accessories they come with, because that would include, you know, full-scale rings, normal size rings, and all sorts of other odds and ends, which would be kind of unfair. This is purely based on what these figures are like. Accessories not included in this judgment. And the way I've split them out is that I figured rating them a scale and giving them a point system seems a bit unfair. Instead, I've decided to go with the old classic, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So, yeah, I mean, it just seems like the most logical way that I would categorise these figures. Because some of them I'm going to look at and think, ew, no, why do I own this? Or I'm going to go, that's okay. And the other ones I'm going to look at and think, yes, they are front and centre of display. These are definite major figures that I'm going to want to have on display for everyone to see. So, I guess there's no point hanging about. Let's ring the bell and let's get into this. So we're starting off first with the downright ugly. Obviously wave 1 was the prototypes, basically, the start of the whole damn shebang. And yeah, there were a lot of problems. I mean, if we take this particular Kenny, for instance, the skin tones are just ridiculous. You compare it to later skin tones that look so much more natural and lifelike. I mean, Kenny's pale, but not that pale. So yeah, and it also didn't help that the skin tone between the torso and shoulder parts and the arms were all off, and the face sculpts were okay, but then the paint jobs were a bit squiffy, as you can see on that eye. Hopefully it's a bit, yeah, not the greatest of jobs in the world, and they all suffered from it. And oh god, the state of Matt Jackson's face there. I don't know why they can't make a decent Matt Jackson sculpt, because moving on, it didn't get much better. It was still just so, oh, what is wrong with his head? But yeah, I mean, overall, they're okay, but compared to the future iterations of these wrestlers, even the exclusive Kenny, I mean, that was the exclusive head, can you believe it? But this is the exclusive body. They all suffered. You know, it's just the whole prototyping thing, the initial wave. They didn't quite have it down pat. And it was nice to have them originally, but yeah, I think we've seen better iterations of them all. Moving on, who the hell decided this was a good look for Sammy Guevara? The so-called Spanish god. Yes, I know he sticks his tongue out quite a bit, but oh my god, who decided that was the best head sculpt for him? They need shooting out of a cannon. Moving on, this Hangman Page, whilst for the most part fine, his head sculpt is just like dodge. The hair colour's weird, and this doesn't look like Hangman Page. This is the bottom line. It doesn't look like Page. And lastly, the first female wrestler in the line, Riho, was just done dirty. I mean, that does not look like Riho. I don't know who it looks like, but that's not Riho. Riho's such a slender-faced little thing, and it's like, She looks like she's diseased. She's got the mumps or something. I mean, seriously, who signed off on this? So yeah, looking back at everything, these were not the best, to put it politely. Moving up, we have what are simply the bad of the line. Not the worst of the worst, but definitely not the best of the best. Reasonings for all of these are relatively varied. Well, I say relatively varied. Most of them are because they came out far too late, and yeah, the ring gear is just not what they were wearing at the time they were released, and it's kind of, it's a bit behind the times. But let's focus on Matt Hardy version 1. Whilst all in all, it's a fantastic figure. It's broken Matt Hardy, red hair dye, exactly what he was like during the his initial run. He was doing the Hardy family office thing by the time this figure came out, so it's like way behind. It did come with Vanguard, which I do not have to hand, which is, of course, is me being useless as per usual. But, you know, it did have some upsides. Definitely had cool ring gear, but the figure itself, outdated. Same problem with Hikaru Shida. Fantastic to see Shida in the run. Looks like a decent figure. I mean, I've not reviewed Shida on this page before because it's Series 6 and I refuse to get the whole wave of Series 6. But there we go. Facial-wise, it's a lot better than what Riho had. Gear-wise, it's immaculate. I freaking love it. But she had a haircut and she's now going with mostly white gear. So that's like, not just the gear's out of date, but the hair as well. It's like... Jumping over to SCU. By the time these two came out, they had been split up for a year longer. I can't remember. It was a long frickin' time though. And yeah, Scorpio Sky's doing his own thing with Ethan Page and getting a failed push, and Frankie Kazarian basically does bugger all. So neither of these outfits are up to date. And I will point out the fact that I nearly broke Kazarian trying to get this really stiff ring jacket off, which, whilst it looks the business, it's too stiff, and it nearly pulled his arms off. So yeah, that lost major points for frustration on my end. And yeah, with these Cody Rhodes figures, by the time they finally come out, he's missing the freaking neck tattoo on both of these figures. And it's like, why? There's so much detail in all the other figures, and they've got all the other tattoos on all the other figures done right, but they just did not do his neck tattoo, and that's just like, it makes no sense. It really didn't. So, as you can see, it's not... When I say bad, I don't mean bad. They're fine, they're okay, they just seem to be missing something, or they're on the wrong sort of time frame. Which I can forgive, because they're not bad figures. These ones have actually got decent likenesses. They look good. They're all articulated fantastically. You know, there's nothing I would say to put you off buying these figures. It's just, I'm going to be nitpicky. Because, let's be honest, if we're paying 20 quid per action figure, you kind of want something that's worth 20 quid. And when they're massively outdated, you kind of don't want to be paying full premium price for them at that time. So finally we get on to the good. And before you panic the fact that we haven't seen all of the figures, don't stress it. There's another bit to come. So yes, in terms of good, I mean, MJF looks the business, is the business, comes with his iconic scarf. Detailing on the tattoos, on the trunks, perfect. Pac showing change in scale, change in body sculpt. Fantastic head sculpts. His other head doesn't quite look the business, but that's because Pac's a weird looking fella. The Moxley figures are, they're perfect. They're exactly what you want from a Mox figure. There's detailing in the trousers that you don't necessarily see until you get up close. The jackets are good. The face sculpts are good. The colouring's fantastic. Hangman Page looks like Hangman Page. which is always a bonus. It looks good. Detailing on the figure, on the jacket, the whole shebang. The hair looks better. The whole 9 yards. Brandy, completely unique sculpt. The face is a bit... I want to say it looks a bit too young for Brandy, but at the same time, that could be... I don't know. Brandy's got a strange face. I'm not sure if you can necessarily capture it, but it looks like Brandy. The outfit's fine. Brandy is good. The Brandy Rhodes figure, as much as I'm not a Brandy Rhodes fan, the Brandy Rhodes figure is good. I can't fault it. And then you've got Jake Hager over here, massively tall, different torso, different, layout and different tights. It's just, yeah, these are good. These are good figures. These are worth the 20 quid you're paying a pop for these. Not like the previous ones where it's like you could go, definitely not, or maybe. These ones, yeah, these are worth getting. If you're a fan of professional wrestling, especially All Elite Wrestling, and you collect these action figures, these are solid figures that look good on display. They play well. Absolutely nothing at all wrong with them. Definitely thumbs up. But like I said, there is yet more. So yes, what I've classed the remainder of the All Elite Wrestling Unrivaled line is it's not the good, it's not the bad, it's definitely not the ugly. These are freaking fantastic. I mean, I love these figures. These are the ones of the entire line that I absolutely adore. I mean, the size and colour of the natural Dustin Rhodes is just... He stands out as an amazing figure, and what a legend to have in your line. This particular Cody has the neck tattoo, for crying out loud. Complete, decent skin tone, absolutely impeccable. This Kenny Omega, just the head sculpt, the detailing on the tights, it's the man Kenny Omega. You've got the likes of Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy with the different scale and the detailing. The detailing on these jeans, the fact that they actually moulded some pockets onto there, so Freshly Squeezed can stick his hands in there and be perfect. Ah, oh, damn it! Ah, it's all gone, Pete, come! Right, where was I before Darby ruined everything before? Once again, you've got Santana and Ortiz. I mean, let's get these up here. I mean, the detailing on the gear and the tattoos and the face sculpts, just and the fact that Ortiz came with several heads, with the other one I don't have. It's a massive afro, and they've got different stylings, and just the detailing on these figures is just something else entirely. Santana, stand up please. Ortiz, thank you for behaving. You've got a little bit of the bubbly Jericho, who came in amazing. Little bit of the bubbly Bottle Box, which if you've not seen, everything's linked down below in the description, that's for sure, if nothing else. You've then got the Jurassic Express, and you've got the exclusive in the white gear, and you've got the, even if you were to get the classic out of the original wave rather than the exclusive, you're getting some amazing figures that are so ridiculously detailed, and the face sculpting, just the different designs and the scale, and to be honest, Wicked Cool has done such an amazing job with these figures, these ones in particular. I'm just gushing every step of the way. You've got the Lucha Brothers, you know, just the detailing and the masks and even the hands. They've taken the time and consideration to get the Zero Miro hands. You know, it's just, look at the detailing on the tattoos. I'm still gushing over them now as I'm looking at them. That's how good I think these are. The fact that there's shine on the silver of Phoenix's mask. It's just, come on, OC. I know you want to lie down, but can you just give me 5 more minutes? I swear to you, you can have a lie down after this. Come on, Phoenix. Stand up. Phoenix. I've just praised you. Don't fall over. Love of monkeys. Right. Yep. And then, despite me having a pop at Matt's figure earlier, this Nick Jackson is, yeah, the face sculpt is totally Nick. And the fact that there are fabric tassels on here, I know they're the EVP, so they're going to get the best figures, but I can't deny, these are good figures. The detailing, the little bits and pieces, it just makes the figure amazing. And to be fair, if Matt had a better face sculpt and better paint on it, yeah, it would absolutely be here as well. And then, of course, the 𝙎𝙬 de Resistance, the first referee action figure since Earl Hebner in the TNA line, TNA Impact, Aubrey Edwards, who, fantastic head sculpt, amazing set of hands, just, it completes, it's what brings my collections together, is when I'm able to put a display on and it looks like you've got everything. I've not got the full announce team properly. I've got my own mishmash of customized figures and classic WWE Mattel lines. But yeah, to have Aubrey standing there, I mean, let's face it, Aubrey Edwards is iconic, and she is definitely a mainstay of All Elite Wrestling at this point. There's no two ways about it. She is a huge part of the program, as are the rest of the referees, which I hope to see a few more of as we go down the line. Bryce Remsburg specifically looking in that direction, because Bryce has been amazing forever. But yeah, no, these figures themselves are just absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. And these are why I'm going to continue collecting. I may not be getting every single figure in these lines, but without a shadow of a doubt, it's this quality, this attention to detail, that is going to keep me coming back, despite the fact that I don't really have the money or the space for these things. It drives me, it creates a passion in me, and I hope that, you know, other wrestling figure collectors, you feel the same, because genuinely, these are some of the best action figures I've ever owned, period. So, I don't know what else I can tell you. I don't know. I'm not here to convince you to buy them, but I'm just saying, you want my opinion, fucking All Elite is definitely how I would describe the majority of this line. I have been Tim as TSET. This has been the In-Stock Takedown, and I hope to see you next time we step back between the ropes. Until then, ta-ra for now.